You're looking at newly released footage of a shootout between a driver and 2 police officers. This happened in Pennsylvania last November. That footage just being released to the public. The driver and one of the officers shot. This started really as a routine traffic stop for speeding. Other cars whizzing by like nothing's going on. Then it gets heated. Warning, you might find some of this disturbing to watch. Keep in mind, everyone survived. Here it is.
Go ahead, stand at the base of your car there. You can stop. You can stop. Stand right over here for me. Place your hands. Stop resisting! I got him. Keep the taser on. Stop resisting! Keep the taser on. Get on your back! On your back! On your back! All right. Get on your back! My gun! My gun! Look, do this! All right, you beat my ass. Good. Get the back!
Again, just unthinkable what went on there. The driver's 22-year-old Daniel Clary. After what you just saw there, he drove himself to the hospital, later confessed to the shooting. He spent 5 days in the hospital. One of the officers spent 12 days in a medically induced coma, has no memory of the shooting. Clary was convicted last month of multiple felonies, including attempted murder of 2 law enforcement officers. He's still awaiting sentencing. The big question is, how did this encounter escalate so quickly? And could anything have been done to get this driver under control? Joining us now, former police officer, private investigator Vincent Hill. First off, before we break down some more footage, give me your initial reaction in watching that go down.
Wow. That's why I always tell people on my podcast, there's nothing routine about policing. This is what people would assume was a simple traffic stop, but you see how that went wrong very quickly. Things like this can escalate from 0 to 100 in a split second, and there's proof of it right there, Mike.
You know, okay, so they're suspecting he was speeding, going 87. They suspect marijuana. And so let's watch this. So they're tasing him. They're struggling with him. Normally, you can get somebody subdued at this point, right?
Normally, if they're not under the influence. Usually, if someone's under the influence of a narcotic, I've been in those knockout brawls where people just don't feel anything you're doing. One thing I do want to point out is the police, they went back to square one, protect and serve. You see, they drug him out of the street because he could have easily have been ran over. So not only are they trying to subdue him here, Mike, they were also protecting his life by pulling him out of the way of traffic.
So now, as this continues on and you tased him and it's not enough, and I think they start punching him here, what's going on in your mind as you're thinking, man, we're going to be in this for the long haul?
Well, listen, the use of force continuum says use the amount of force necessary to effect the arrest, and that's based on the suspect's level of resistance. They tried the taser, which is non-lethal. They tried strikes, which are all legal at this point, right, because he is actively resisting arrest with physical harm there. There he goes into the car. You never, as a police officer, want anyone to reach back in that car once you've pulled them out. And we see what the result was there. He got a gun. He shot these officers. Luckily, everyone survived in this case.
What kind of training gets you ready for something like this? Not only the tasing and the struggle, but now a gunfight ensues.
Well, officers go through months and months of training at the academy, once a year at in-service, but there's nothing to prepare your mind, your heart, your adrenaline for all of this, because I can assure you what was going on. I've been in these situations. Their adrenaline was through the roof, these officers, so you have to actually try to channel that and still do your training. It's very hard, but these officers showed great restraint, and again, no one died here.
No, life or death situation. We know Corporal, I believe his name is Seth Kelly, shot in the leg, neck, shoulder. He had to apply his own tourniquet. I believe he's even pronounced legally dead at one point.
Right.
So just how quick, something like this, routine traffic stop becomes life or death,
and that's
right?
why I say there's nothing routine in policing, Mike. Nothing at all.
Wow. Okay. Vince, always good seeing you. Thanks again for your expertise
Thank you.
again. This going down in Pennsylvania. All survived. What a moment there.